Good Sunday morning to you, everyone. We are back here for Game 4 of the Stampede Tournament here in Omaha. All of these teams. And if the rankings are true, then this is the top-ranked team that the Junior Mavericks are playing here this weekend. But as we've seen from even some of the lower-ranked teams, the Mavericks have gotten all they can handle. So I don't know, the rankings mean all that much, particularly when you are playing against a team that you know real well and you've got a history with. So it'll be fun to see these two teams get together. This is the last game of pool play. And if we figured it out right, a win or a tie should get the Junior Mavericks into the championship.
This isn't good and bad, Dave. What do you think?
Well, yeah, the upside is you have more room. And it's, for those guys who like to drive the net, drive wide, you got a little bit more room to do that. Defensively, it's a little bit more of a challenge. You have to take different angles to the puck carrier. There's certainly more ground to cover. It's 15 feet wider from side to side. So, good points and bad for the Junior Mavericks. The good point is they practice on this rink every week. Once a week, they will practice on this ice. So the length is still the same. It's just the width that's a little bit different. So they should be well accustomed to playing here on this side at Moylan Iceplex. Before we get going, I want to thank our sponsors. They are so important to us. Nebraska Electric Power Sports. Experience the future of electric dirt bikes. We self-fund Nebraska Electric Power Sports. Also, Joe Chalin Tax Services. Charleston Homes, providing the best home building experience in Omaha since 2007. And Cottonwood Salon Suite. Thank you all for your support of Junior Mavericks Bantam Red. It'll be Paxson, Charlie, and Jack who start with Nandy and Fleming. And in the goal, it'll be Rosie who gets the start yet again for the Junior Mavericks as the puck is dumped in, and it's Fleming who takes over right away. Fleming muscling it up. Lost it at center ice. Jack trying to get it back. Good work there along the wall. He'll play it just into the scout zone. Up ice, they try to break it out. And just enough there by Nandy to stagger his man, forcing the puck free, and the carry ahead is by Fleming. Dumped in, it's off the outside of the net. Paxson first on it. He's got a man in front. Paxson gets dumped. No penalty coming on that play. Out come the Scouts, but it's Fleming who retakes at center ice. He gave it back up, and the Scouts will knock it in before it's retaken by Charlie. Charlie had it banged away. Nandy sees a gap, and he'll hit it. Here comes Nandy moving in. The big defenseman rumbling in, and poke check just at the last minute. The puck will trickle to the corner. He went after it as the Scouts lay it out to center ice. Roman Stonebreaker back on this. Stoney across. And there is Wyatt Ike up. Knocked down was Taz as he tried to control. It's Stoney out with Courtright and Taz for now. Here are the Scouts trying to exit the zone. They get it out to center ice, and this one carried ahead. It's a one-on-one. Defending is Ike. Turnaround shot, blocked away. Stoney in to help out on that defensive endeavor. And now here's another block, this time by Boston. And the boss will play it up the wall, pushed into the Scouts' end. Take it away from Courtright, but then given up. Here's Stoney in, funnels one on goal, save, rebound. Steered there by Sturba, and then this one pops over the net on the rebound chance. Puck played to the wall by the Scouts. First good scoring opportunity goes to the Junior Mavericks as Omaha in the middle of another shift change. Just coming out on the ice is Wyatt Tremaine. Stripped off his stick. The Scouts have it. The back check is by Sturba, who shoves his man down. Scouts play it in offside, and that stops the clock. We've played a little more than 2 minutes here. 9:56 to go in the first period. No score. As Allers, Tremaine, and Sturba are out there along with Bear and Abram. Face-off win is for the Scouts. Loose puck at center, given up. Here comes Abram. Abram moves on, applies the brakes, trying to find the late man, and he does. That's Bear. Bear will turn toward the cage, but couldn't get it on goal. Scouts cut that one off. Here they come. Mishandled pass. Abram breaks it up. Scouts can't enter the zone. They had a man offside, so they've got to peel back. Here's Tremaine. Applying the pressure. Sturba the poke check, and then it's Allers who dispossesses his man of the puck. Scouts take it back at center ice. They'll look rink wide. Sturba deflects this one. Just played in before Abram gets and backhands it out to center ice. The Mavericks continue to put fresh players out on the ice. Here's a long pass, too far. Should go for an icing. They wave it off now, and so Bear forced to play it with a man right on him. Bear keeps his man bottled up. Puck squirts free. Here's Vinny able to chip it past the defenseman. Racing in is T-squared on his horse. That got poked away from him. And the Scouts will come back the other way as the Mavericks were in the middle of a shift change. Great track by Paxson, able to knock his man down. And the Mavericks will outlet it to center ice. The Scouts are very disciplined and very structured. Here's Paxson back on for T-squared. Score! What a terrific play off a turnover in the neutral zone. Paxson to T-squared for the goal and a 1-0 lead for the Junior Mavericks.
Should have gave Heater another assist there on that one. Nice pinch along the boards to get that puck moving towards the offensive direction.
Sometimes that second assist is an effort just like that to get the puck up ice, to move it through traffic. And Vinny did a great job there. And the early lead goes to the Junior Mavericks with 8:34 to go here in the first period. Scoring first has certainly served the Junior Mavericks well, Matt, this season. Rosie will paddle the dump in aside. Then one of the Scouts blows a tire, and the Mavericks will clear it out. Scouts take it back, and this one's stoked back in. Nandy's on his horse as they wave off the icing. Nandy right up the gut. Tough pass stolen away by the defense. Top of the slot. Gets the shot. Kicked out by Rosie. And the rebound regathered by Fleming. Fleming up the wall. There's Charlie. Charlie moves it out to center ice. His pocket picked from behind. Good follow-up by Fleming. He's 1-on-4. Fleming moves in. Backhand shot on goal. Saved at his own rebound, but pushed it behind the net. Puck is turned back around to the near wing now. Scouts looking for the outlet, and that one's stolen away. Charlie pivots, walks right in and shoots, and that one clanked off the glove of the goaltender and goes behind. Charlie able to pull it free. Here's Stoney now. Stoney trying to march in, and his shot never got through. Scouts will outlet this one. Should go for an icing as it's just beyond the reach of Fleming. It is an icing. And that will stop the clock. 7:19 to go here in the first period. Shots are 4-2 in the Mavericks' favor, and where it counts, they've got the lead. Allers, court right, Taz out with Boston, and Wyatt Ike. Allers the face-off win. Ike will catch up to it. He's going to have to walk it down the wall. Ike stripped, puck loose along the end boards. Scouts have it, and they will bring it out. Good job by Courtright to thwart that and keep it from being clean. Scouts will get it back again at center ice. This one carried up, shot way wide of the net. Puck to the wall, there's Taz after it, and Ike able to take it away from his man. Good second effort to poke check it free for Taz, but he couldn't clear it out. This one hopped the stick of the defender and goes out to center ice, brought back in for an offside play. Matt, coming into the game today, Junior Mavericks are 2-1, and the Scouts are 1-2. They got their first win last night, and we will see how this game transpires as Omaha able to get it in deep. Paxson, Paxson F1 on that. In there with Sturba and Tremaine. They got it in deep, and Paxson doing a good job of keeping things moving. Paxson still maintaining control of that puck, even though he's being worn out from behind. Scouts finally take over, and out they come with it. 2-on-2, the man bringing it in down the wall, trying to go around Bear. Now circles behind the net. His backhand shot thwarted by Abram. Abram will play it up the boards. That skips past the defenseman. And Sturba will put the heat on along with Tremaine, who keeps the puck in the offensive zone. Here's Tremaine trying to center. Oh, and that one went off a leg. Loose rolling puck in the blue line, spiked down by Bear, but taken back by the Scouts and cleared out to center ice. Abram doing a good job of keeping the puck in front of him and keeping the Scouts from getting an odd man rush. And now Stoney bird dogging that puck, keeping the Scouts bottled up. They give the puck up. T-squared sends it right back in. Here's Stoney on his man, but skated on by, and the Scouts will bring it the other way. Good speed as they hit the line, trying to drive wide. Ran out of room. The drop pass finds the trailer. He'll just play it around the kick plate, and far side T-squared will take over. Good play out to center ice. Vinny chasing it down. Vinny keeps this thing moving to the end boards. He's lined up for a big crunching hit. Took the hit, the puck comes loose, and T-squared's got it. In the slot he wanted Stoney. Instead he got Fleming. He'll shoot one, and that got the glass. Rebound near wall. Scouts will take over. They'll reverse it back around. Trying to come out of their own zone, and T-squared's trying to keep them honest, staying deep. Finally bustling up ice come the Scouts. Backhanded in, not deep. Fleming a little flip, couldn't clear it out. The Scouts will play it back to the end boards. Fleming lines up his man in a good collision, sends the guy sprawling. Centering feed, a man there, good stick lift by T-squared. It comes back to the point. Good job by Charlie to get in the way of the defenseman. Penalty coming up against the Junior Mavericks as Charlie got the stick up and hooked the guy, and he will go for the next minute and a half.
Boys doing a good job of moving their feet and getting to the big ice, covering zones. We know we talked about big ice, giving boys the opportunity to have skating lanes and passing lanes, but it also means you got to hustle to cover those for your opponent too. Boys are doing a good job. You can see their feet are really moving.
Allers on the face-off win. There's Ike trying to pull it free. Allers will take over. He's being hooked at from behind. Flipped it up the boards. Jack trying to clear it out. Instead, Boston's got it. He nudges to the wall, and Jack brings it out to center. Jack will play it in. Hadn't quite gotten to the red line, but they wave off the icing. This guy's waving it off. She's calling it. It's actually a penalty. And the penalty is going to be against KC. So a short-circuited power play. The Scouts only get 20 seconds of man advantage time. We'll play 4-on-4.
I think that might have been behind the plate.
Yeah, they were trying to track down that puck. There was something that happened coming back up ice.
Teams are falling back into their old familiar ways here.
Paxson out along with T-squared. Boston and Ike. Puck drifts to the wall, banged up the boards. Paxson cut it off, but couldn't hang on. Scouts have it now. Paxson's going to press the issue. Forced up the boards. The pitches by Boston, it gets past him. There's T-squared, and that play a mile offside. That guy on the far wing, I think, was expecting a dump in because he was about 4 or 5 strides inside the blue line. So Paxson again for the draw here at center ice. 53 seconds more of 4-on-4 play. Brought ahead by the Scouts, and again they're offside. And number 78's like, what? Like, come on, dude. Happened once. Here's how offside works. You'll get it.
We'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. They were coming with speed. Paxson on the face-off. Kept it. Loose to the wall. Just worked in. Here's Ike. Paxson, shouldered, but able to keep it. Trying to hold off his man. Got stripped at the red line. Following his T-squared. He got it banged off his tape, but we'll chase it down to the corner. Centering feed. Right there is Ike for a shot. Oh, a great save by the Scouts goaltender. This one lobbed out to center ice. Good job by Boston to get it back up the wall. Ike chips it in. Right steps one man, but then had it banged off his tape, and Taz couldn't get to it in time as the Scouts just able to eke it out to center ice. Stoney will back it up to his defenders. Bear wanted to send Taz away, but he was going for a change. Scouts will regroup. Aller sends this one out to center ice. Wanted Sturba. He was tightly covered. Here come the Scouts trying to bring it ahead. Good job by Tremaine to knock it away. Sturba dumped from behind. Could have been interference on that play as he couldn't get to the loose puck. Instead, the Scouts will take over and play it just back into the Maverick zone. Game for the Junior Mavericks, trying to add to their lead here.
Talking about being mugged.
Paxson comes out along with T-squared. Vinny will stay out there. Fleming and Nandor are the points. Face-off controlled by the Scouts and just able to... Terrific work. The defense really active there, Matt. Nandy was getting down low and did a great job of keeping that puck bottled up. Stoney, Jack, Charlie out to finish off this period. Stoney will get it in deep. Scouts back on it. Stoney's not going to give it to him. He's going to make him earn it. As the horn sounds.
I'm back on my cell service. I lost it like 5 times. I lost Fleming's goal.
Oh, shoot. Well, we apologize for the loss of signal that we've had here, folks. If you are still with us, thanks for your patience as we keep getting kicked off on the technology. Ike trying to bring it ahead. He got stripped. Ahler's able to steal it back. His pass into Courtwright's feet. Now it's Ike at the blue line, knocked past him, but Scouts were offside.
Beating themselves a little bit with the number of offsides we're seeing by the Kansas City Scouts. And not likely of them in the past when we've seen them. So obviously a little bit of a sleepy Scouts team, or not used to this large ice. They're kind of shooting themselves in the foot.
Your Mavericks get it to the blue line, not out. Boston couldn't get this one clear. Ahlers will kick it down in a duel right there in traffic. Mavericks just having trouble getting this thing out of the zone, and this deflected shot sails over Rosie's head. Puck loose along the end wall. Ahlers will fling this one up the boards. This one rattled off the defenseman. Ike steps to the breach, but ran into his own man. Still got the puck out to center ice. Then Courtwright with a check at center. He'll sidestep one and work it down low by T-Squared and Fleming. Sturba, Tremaine, Paxson remain out there up front. Puck trickles back to Bear at the blue line. He'll shoot. Hit a skate on the way through. Paxson had a pass deflect right to Bear. His shot from the point is cut off. Here come the Scouts the other way. Good job by Paxson to slow that transition through center ice. And Bear is there to slap that puck back into the Scout zone. Scouts looking for an open.
Haven't been seeing that as much. The coast-to-coast action that some of our defensemen pull out of their hats, and that was a good one that goes 200 feet by T-Squared.
T-Squared going off for putting down the defending Scout at the end of that play. So it's going to be power play number 2 for the Scouts, whose first power play lasted only 20 seconds before they took a penalty. Pad save made by Rosie. Rebound to the wall. Their man wheeling with it. Fires, but that blocked away. Good job as the Mavericks getting in the way of that shot. Spun around the kick plate. Back to the point. Ahlers after him as they get it down the boards. Here's Jack trying to front his man. Shot off the iron. Defenseman pinching, trying to keep it alive. Sent it to the slot. Poked away. We're back to 5-on-5 now as the Scouts keep it in, but they zip another shot wide of the net. Here's Ahlers, takes his man off to the wall. Loose puck comes free. Finally dragged by Jack out to center ice. Scouts take it back and bring it on in. They try to drive wide now. Will stop the clock. 6:34 to go. Some frantic moments, and you're reminded, Matt, in a sequence like that, of pinching was Bear. This one banged by the Scouts all the way down. They wave off the icing. Abram, the collision against the end wall, puts his man down, puck underneath him. Abram keeps his feet moving and got it free. Good head man feed for Jake. Jake brings it out to center. In the middle of a change, Sturba couldn't get himself onside. Offside instead is the call with 5:34 now to go in the second period.
Sliding in, having a challenge here with the connection.
Scouts with control off the face-off, trying to move it through. Here's Nandy stepping up, spins his man, and the puck goes free. Scouts get it back. Good centering feed. They try to tuck a shot on goal. Save made. Rosie in the rebound, not wide. 5.25 minutes to go now. Scouts trying to warm to the play here, get something going. Fleming along the boards, had it poke check past him, and the shot wide. Nandy will head man it, looking for Sturba. That play misfires. It's just going to make the goal line, and they wave it off.
No.
Sturba collides in the corner. 2 aside, they battle for it. Sturbs from the seat of his pants able to pop that one free, but Nandy couldn't hang on. And here come the Scouts the other way. Long feed, just too far for the charging Scout player. Fleming able to whirl it back up the far wall. Great play by Wyatt Tremaine to get it out to Sturb. And from the red line, Sturbs will send it in, bringing a line change. Clock continuing to wing down, under 4.5 to go here in the second period. Scouts bring it back ahead. Chipped off the glass. Weird Karam didn't get it in deep. And Fleming able to muscle it past his man to center ice. Here's T-squared coming from the back door, able to take it away from the defender, but then stripped as he got it deep. And the Scouts will look for extra room now. Out at center ice, Allers trying to recollect. Couldn't find a friendly stick. Vinny taps it rink wide. Loose at center ice, and Fleming's got it. Headman feed off of T-squared stick. Here come the Scouts the other way. They lose it off the back check. Able to bring it in, though. Good play there by Nandy to knock it away. And Nandy will stash this one out to center ice. We've got two games going on here at the same time, so when there's a goal scored on the other rink, that's what you're hearing, the cheering from those fans, as we have back-to-back rinks. Here's a good feed up ice. T-squared's got one man to beat. He's got a shooting lead, two and fires, but a save made by the goaltender who hangs on and brings a whistle with 3:24 to go now in the second period.
The whistles are drawing me off, too.
Yeah, I know. I keep waiting for people to stop, but it's a whistle on the other rink. Paxton comes out along with Jack and Charlie. Abram and Boston have their backs. Face-off win. Here's Charlie trying to walk it in. He had it knocked away. Jack had it for a moment before the Scouts take over and clear. Boston back to this. Flipped it up the wall. Jack's got it. Jack doesn't find a lot of room as he tries to bring it in. Loose at center ice. Scouts have. And this one tossed in from the red line. Abram back to take over. Chips it to the corner. Jack setting a little bit of a pick. Paxton will try to get this rink wide to Charlie. Off the tip, he's able to take over. Here comes Charlie moving in. Wanted to cut to the middle. No sail there. Abram follows and shoves it farther down the wall. Scouts get it back. And this one tossed around to the far side. Handed rink wide. Charlie knocked down the pass. Worked just over the blue line. Boston's got to back up, holding his ground. Wow. Doing a great job. And now we'll flip it down the wall. What a terrific play by Boston, waiting for his team to get back on side. As this one sent back the other way, the misfired pass will trickle to the corner. And Paxton, the first man on it, shrugs off the check, trying to keep his feet moving. Second man in, poked it away. And it takes two or three lately for anybody to get the puck away from Paxton. He's done such a good job. Penalty coming up, though, and it's going to be against the Junior Mavericks. Roughing is going to be the call.
Quite a bit of pushing after the initial hit there. Paxton retaliated with some grabbing and from behind. So,
well, he had a right to be frustrated. He was battling two, sometimes three guys, and doing just a marvelous job. But eventually, just too many. He needed some help. So Stoney will start the penalty kill with Tremaine, Bear, and Fleming. Back to the boards. Last power play for the Scouts is pretty good. Stoney gets to it and pitchforks it back into the zone of the Scouts. The retake. Tremaine is the deep man. Forced a bad pass. Stoney had it for a split second before it rolled off his tape. Here's Fleming now. Little flipper. Got it out to Stoney. Stoney chips to himself off the boards, brings it ahead shorthanded, and sends it in from the blue line. Tremaine on his man. Wyatt Tremaine doing a good job of keeping things tied up. Then sent it rink wide, and Stoney first to the puck. He'll just poke it down the boards. The penalty kill has been real good for the Junior Mavericks so far. Here's Stoney, another steal, knocked it down at the blue line and just stokes it farther before the Scouts take over. Tremaine bird-dogging the man as he brings it up. Had to sidestep a check. Already 55 seconds killed on this penalty. Scouts will play it up high. The defenseman coughed it up. He follows it though and rockets one wide of the net. It comes around to the near wing. There's Tremaine. Tremaine couldn't come away with it. Barely knocked off the stick of the attacking player, and he will send this one all the way down. A much needed Change of personnel for the Junior Mavericks with 46.8 seconds to go now in the second period. Still 14 to go on this penalty kill. Allers and Vinny now out there along with Nandy and Gas.
What an incredible penalty kill shift for Stoney and Boss.
Allers on the face-off. He gets knocked down. Puck loose in a maze of feet. Still loose. Wheeling with it. They shoot that one over net. Final 5 blinking away on the power position. Sent wide of the cage. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Worked up the wall. Allers cleared it. No. Cut back to him, and he'll nudge it out to T-Squared at center ice. On he comes with Vinny. Here comes T-Squared trying to go right down the gut. He's forced off to the corner. Gets it back in front of Allers. One time, and tipped it. It went off the pipe. Scouts take it back. Final 10 now blinking off on this power play. The man trying to shoot the gap here. Here comes Nandy with a great shoulder. Tony, though, with a good face-off win. Ike will blast it around the wall, but the Scouts are going to get to it first. Vinny's trying to put the heat on the defense. They ring it rink wide. Pass sails on by, sent back in front. Tip chance there, and a good job by Vinny to break up the rebound opportunity. Now here's Vinny able to bring it out. Vinny trying to move past the defenseman. Gets by him, looks at an empty net, and scores! Empty net goal! Vinny here, it is 3-1. The pulled goaltender maneuver backfires, and the Mavericks 2-goal lead on the shorthanded goal. It's 3-1.
Mikey, that rung it around the boards.
That was unassisted for Vinny. That was all unassisted. He broke up the rebound chance here and was able to get it out.
Next goal was a big one. This was it.
Junior Mavericks get it, but no time to take the foot off the gas here. Still lots of time. 5:05 remaining here in the third period. And the Scouts keep coming with this power play. They go around the man. It gets to the edge of the crease before it's paddled away by Rosie. Back out at the blue line. Paxton couldn't force it out, but he did force a bad pass. And Fleming now will come up ice shorthanded. Here's Fleming trying to drive wide. Fleming puts on the brakes. Got to track the puck back down to the corner. Force just the toss to center ice, and the Mavericks have time to rag the puck there. Angled in by Paxton. A good play there. Doesn't make the goal line. We're under 30 seconds to go in this power play for the Scouts. Up ice they come. Scouts bring it ahead. Their man loses the puck right there at the blue line. And a good little ladle move by Tremaine to get it out to center ice. Scouts try to come back. Pickpocket job there by Paxton. Couldn't step forward with it. Play broken up. Fleming will get it again. And he will send this one in on goal. As the referees will blow play dead with just 4 seconds remaining on the Kansas City power play. 4:07 to go now, third period. Matt, I think the game's not over yet, but I think the KC coaches maybe are rethinking their thought of pulling the goaltender that early in this third period. Here's Courtwright. Gets the giveaway in the slot. Oh, Allers, and he fanned on it. He was all alone and had a chance to pick his corner. Here come the Scouts back on, but they get broken up. Puck will trickle away to the end boards. Boston will shove this one around to the near side. Scouts to it first. Abram couldn't come away with a puck, but it came to the slot, and Boston is there to float it out. Courtwright in a foot race. He's got Taz with him. Puck knocked away from both of those guys, but right to Allers. He got his stick lifted, trying to do the same for the Kansas City player as he moves in. Long shot, save Rosie, rebound there. It gets to the line, but not out. Scouts able to keep it in. So Boston will size things up, and he will float this one all the way down. I think he wanted to put that one on goal, but it sailed just wide, and so icing is called against the Mavericks with 3:16 now to go in the third period, up 3-1. Back out for the Mavericks, it'll be Stoney with Jack and Charlie, Nandy and Ike with Bear in the penalty box for the balance of this game. Mavericks are going with 5D. Jack applying the heat, forced a bad pass, tried to drop it off. He thought Charlie was going to be there. Charlie zigged instead of zagged, and the Scouts able to get it out to center ice. Nandy then had it stripped away. He'll try to catch up with his man, runs him off to the wall. Good play by Ike to chip it around. The Scouts to it first, and this puck played behind the Maverick net. Poked out by Stoney. Nandy to this, bumps it up the wall. This one squirts past the defenseman. Jack racing after it. So too is Charlie. They get there at the same time. Both guys in the corner. And the Scouts able to work it free and up the wall to center ice. 2.5 now to go here in the third. Here come the Scouts moving back in. Centering feed,
Nice.
blocked away. Stoney, a pass, stolen away. They try to walk in, and the shot never got through. It trickled through the crease and wide. Dumped around behind. And Charlie ties up his man. Now moving his feet, trying to get free. In this case, guys, just bump it out of the zone. Just clear that zone, and the Mavericks finally do so. As we've hit 2 minutes remaining here in the third period. Omaha leading 3-1. Scouts back in. Good play by Ike to come across and sweep it off the player's stick. He then gets chopped down. No, and finally the penalty comes as Ike looks over the referee and makes his appeal. And then she finally raises her hand and will get the penalty. The Junior Mavericks are going to spend almost the balance of this game on the power play unless they score early.
Update from a game on the other side here that is started before us, but appears to be finishing after us. The team that likely wins this will go to the championship. This is the Stars, and this is the Brandon Valley Ice Cats.
Oh, the Stars, if this ends in a tie, it's 4-4. If this ends in a tie, then it's going to be Lincoln because they've got the goal differential tiebreaker. Brought in for the shovel shot by Paxson. Save made by the goaltender. Paxson out along with T-Squared and Vinny. Paxson will hand it on back to Fleming. Fleming across. T-Squared was set up for a one-timer, but it skipped over his stick. T-Squared moving his feet up the boards, trying to cut to the slot. Banged off his tape, and this one chipped back into the Maverick zone. T-Squared racing back for it. T-Squared on it, Paxson. That misfired and comes to center ice. Laid back in. T-Squared's got it again. Sends it rink wide for Fleming. Will Fleming will lead the rush now as we're down to a minute to go here in the third. Fleming stripped. Vinny's got it. Took the shot. And that one tipped behind the net. Here's a steal by Boston, who's way in deep. Boston now will get it and hand it back to the blue line. Fleming couldn't keep it, so we'll send it rink wide now for Paxson. Paxson up. Tipped in by T-Squared. Puck will trickle in, and the Mavericks, well, T-Squared's earned himself a break. Fresh player comes out for him as we're down to 30 seconds to go here. 15 to go on this power play for the Junior Mavs. Here's Paxson, again trying to battle through three guys. Paxson holding on. He knows all he's going to do is kill the clock. He's an expert of that. Puck dug out. Sturba gets the one-timer. Save made. Rebound from me. Stop as he gets put on his wallet. Final 10 seconds now blinking away. Bouncing puck back to the point. Paxson just keeps it deep. And the Omaha Mavericks are going to get the victory here this morning against the Kansas City Scouts. 3-1 the final in a hard-fought game.
Unbelievable pressure there. We got a really good break there at the end, catching that power play to finish the game off. That kept the puck out of our zone, and that kept us with that 2-point lead. And Kansas City was really pushing and striving to get back, and that goal at the beginning of the third said a lot about them not giving up. So kudos to Kansas City.
Well, Kansas City got the early goal in the third period and really started to push. And the Junior Mavericks on their heels a little bit, but they were not about to allow Kansas City to play one period of hockey and win this game. They made a risky play. They got a power play. They decided to pull their goaltender for a 6-on-4 advantage. Vinny hits the empty net, and from there you can see the air go out of the balloon.
Coach has got to be kicking himself for that decision a little bit too early in the third period.
I think you rely on your power play to get the job done and not worry about getting the extra attacker out there. So coming in, this was the top-ranked team, as we noted, and the Scouts are going to go back home with a 1-3 record here in pool play. So kind of remarkable. This was not quite the game or the tournament appearance that we expected to see from the Scouts.